Hello, my name is Bailey Belisle, and this is my Module 5, Understanding My Community for EDL856. I am from Waukene, Kansas, which is located in Trego County, and we are USD 208. Some customs and traditions that we have in Waukene. We are the Christmas city of the High Plains, which started in 1950. We have a man-made tree that is put up on the Saturday after Thanksgiving every year. And it has over 6,000 lights, and you can find Christmas decor all throughout the town throughout the entire year. When my husband and I first moved here, after we finished unpacking, we went to a little restaurant in town, and we thought maybe it was closed because there was a Christmas tree in the front window, but we soon found out that it's just the Christmas city, and so there you'll find Christmas decor everywhere. So it's definitely a fun tradition that our town has. We also have the Trego County Free Fair. That is the first week of August usually, and a lot of members of the community that have moved away try to come back for both of those events, the Christmas tree lighting and the free fair. So it's definitely a fun tradition that our town has. And we have the Veterans Day cemetery, or I'm sorry, the Veterans Cemetery in town that was dedicated in 2004, and they have a beautiful Veterans Day ceremony every year. And in December, they also have Christmas wreaths that are placed on the headstones. So a lot of traditions happening in Waukene. Some different population characteristics that our town has. Waukene is 1.7 square miles, and the population as of 2014, which is the most recent figure that I found from a credible source, was 1,797 people, which was down a little bit from 2004 by about 100 people. We are 30 miles west of Hays, Kansas, which is the nearest larger town in the area. It's just the closest Walmart, at least, anyway. And Waukene is located on I-70 between Kansas City and Denver, which is nice for different travel options. We are within driving distance of two large airports, so that's nice. Waukene is nearly 50% males and 50% females, and the most common occupation that I found for males in our community is installation, maintenance, and repair. And our town does offer a lot of different services, such as mechanics and home repair and AC work, plumbing, that kind of thing. So that contributes to most of our male occupations, with agriculture being second. We have a lot of farming in the area. And for the women's occupations, office and support was the most common occupation for our area. And we have Trego Lemke Memorial Hospital in our town, so women being in the profession of in the medical field was also high. 96% of the people in our town are white, 1.6% Hispanic, and 2% other, which included Asian, Indian, Black, and Native Hawaiian. And I'll touch on this a little bit more on my multicultural issues page, but our kids really don't have a lot of exposure to different races and different cultures and customs, so we have to make sure we work that into our instruction in the classroom and give them just a little bit more exposure to that. We have two school buildings. The first is Trego Community High School, which had an enrollment of 110 students, 47% being female and 53% being male. At Trego Grade School, the enrollment was 281, but had the same percentage of female and male students as the high school did. And as you can see, we have a lower percentage of economically disadvantaged students. 22% are disadvantaged at the high school, and it's a little bit higher at the grade school with 31%, but a fairly low number, I would say, of disadvantaged students in our community, which again brings up the issue of our students not having that exposure to different socioeconomic groups, and so we have to give them that exposure, or that information in the classroom, and kind of give them a taste of different lifestyles and different problems in the world that they don't see in our community. Some different communication channels in our community. We have a great website, www.trigoeagles.com, and our students post a lot of academic and athletic articles that they have written on our website. And the website also provides a lot of information for students and teacher handbooks, a lot of different district information, budgeting information. The school board agendas and board minutes are posted on there as well, and I'll show that later in the presentation, but that's nice for our community to stay up to date on what they're doing. We have Western Kansas World, which is a newspaper that we have in our community, and the student articles that are posted on the website are also printed in the newspaper, which is nice for people that subscribe to the print of the Western Kansas World, because they can also stay up to date that way on what's happening in our school system. We utilize Power School and Power Announcement, and parents can sign up if they would like text or calls or emails, and I've signed up for all different options. So if we're having a snow day, or a sporting event has been canceled or changed, or there's a reminder that there's picture day on Thursday or whatever it may be, students and parents and teachers and everyone in the community that has signed up for this this service gets a text or a phone call or an email. And so it's just nice that people can stay up to date that way. And social media is booming in our town as well. We have a Twitter page for our school that the administrators and different school leaders post on, and I have a volleyball Twitter page that I keep my players informed, and their parents make announcement, and I make announcements to their parents on that Twitter page. And I also stay up to date with players and parents on Facebook, because parents are just on social media, and so it's a great way to communicate. They're going to be on there anyway. So some different community groups we have in our area. We have 13 different churches, and many of the churches do events together. We just had Vacation Bible School at the end of May, and several churches got together and put on that Vacation Bible School. And our kids have, they're involved in 4-H, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and we have also have Lions Club, Senior Center, and Eagles in our community. Our Rec Commission provides a lot of different activities and services for adults and youth. Our adults, we have co-ed volleyball and different activities like that. The youth has baseball, and they do all different kinds of sports, golf and tennis, and we do a little volleyball program with our youth through the Rec Commission. So they provide a great service to our community as well. The leaders in our town are essentially the leaders of our school, because we are such a small community. Mr. Tavis DeSormers this will be his 10th year as our K-8 principal, and his first year serving as our superintendent as well. So we've condensed our 3 administrators down to 2. And Mr. Malsum has been our high school principal this will be his 2nd year, and I believe his 3rd year as our athletic director. And this will be our first year having an assistant athletic director to assist with junior high and high school sports. Mr. Sampson will be helping our administrators with any duties that come up with being an athletic director, and he'll also be teaching a couple of courses at the high school. So this will be a very different year for our school as we transition to 2 administrators and kind of have some different roles, but they're good changes, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. Our community and school leaders have a lot of great characteristics. They have children that are students in our community or students in our school, so they're definitely invested in what's happening in our school system, and every interaction I've had with them as a teacher and a coach has been extremely supportive. And anytime a school issue or community issue arises, they have a very logical approach to solving those issues. So we have great leaders in our community of Waukeeny. Some economic conditions. Trigo County consists of several small towns: Collier, Waukeeny, Trigo Center, and Ogalla, and the students that live in those towns come to Waukeeny for their education. The median age for all of Trigo County is 49. The median household income is $42,000, and the average household income is close to $53,000. And fortunately, our crime index is very low. We have a very low crime rate. I-70 is right next to us, but as a city, our crime rate is low, and so I'm thankful for that. Our average home value is $70,709, and so we have I mean, luckily the houses in town sell quickly. We have people that are moving in a lot, and people that stick around for several years to contribute to our community. And that's just a picture of my house for everyone to see. Um, Political structure is very typical. Our city political structure, we have our mayor, city council, and different city administration. The school board looks similar, I'm sure, to all school systems. We have our school board, and then like a lot of small schools, as I said, our superintendent and grade school principal are now one person. We've condensed that administrative team down to two, and our high school principal completes that team. Our school is funded by state and local taxes, and in our area, county taxes has been a large source of funding for our school, and so recently with oil prices dropping, that has affected the funding for our school, and we're making adjustments and seeing how we can kind of close that gap in funding. But fortunately, we have seen a little bit of an increase in oil recently, so hopefully that continues to improve for us. Some different social tensions in our area. As I said, we have a low crime rate, and so we don't have gangs and dangerous cliques in our area. But one of our main social tensions is family with deep roots in the community, which I feel like the pros outweigh the cons. Obviously, we have families that are invested and definitely care about our community, but that does leave a lot of previous interactions to affect relationships, and you can sometimes see that reflecting in our schools. People that have had issues with people in the past and are now interacting in our groups and organizations and at our school functions. There might be a lot of baggage there, I guess you could say. So that would be some social tension we have. And I would consider myself a member of the community. Like I said, we've been here for 5 years. But it is sometimes hard for new people to come into such a strong community with such history with each other, with those names that have been around for decades and decades. So that would be one of the major social tensions in our area. Some other sources of information I just wanted to touch on, again, our website that has the board agendas and board minutes, which I like to keep up with on my, for myself and see what's happening with the school board, but community members are also able to see what decisions and happenings that are taking place with our school board and our school, and those are all posted on our website. Talked about this a little bit before. Some multicultural issues that we do have is 96% of the students in our school are white, and so they don't have that exposure to different races and different cultures, and I think it's safe to say that 99% or more of the families in our community are of Christian background, and they have all similar religious beliefs, and so we don't have a diverse population when it comes to religion and race and everything, really. And so our kids aren't exposed to that. And many of our students don't travel much. They don't really get away from Waukene very much. And so they're not seeing lots of problems and lots of things that they might encounter when they go off to college. So we have to try to prepare them for those things that they might see in the classroom. And many students that graduate from Trigo High School come back and live in Waukene. So again, just exposing and encouraging our students to go off and do something different is one of the issues in our town. A survey revealed before I moved here that communication needed improvement with our school, and so I feel like we've done that with Power School and social media and planners that we send back and forth with parents. And I always like to give my parents the option of what they prefer. And here are my sources. I'm running out of time. 15 minutes truly does fly by, but I hope you enjoyed my presentation over my town of Waukene, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.